What up, what up, what up? What's going on? WWE 2K, the league. What's going on? All right, look. We're ushering in a new era in this league. It's a new era. We're meeting as a league gathering. We're having league gathering events. We're having league gathering events a little bit more often now, which is good. Hey, that's what it seems like. That's what almost everybody in the league wanted. That's what it's making more sense to me. It's making sense to you guys. Obviously, now we're trying to get to a point where we're meeting roughly every 3 months. But of course, none of the meetings are mandatory. None of them are mandatory. Keep in mind though, this is a new era in this league, so I have a couple of things I want to cover. I have the tag team division coming up. I have to explain this to you guys. Tag team belts coming up. That's what I plan to do. I plan to do this now. I plan to do this. NXT Developmental League. Let me explain that one. I'm gonna explain this one, the NXT Developmental League. So I have future plans for this league, y'all. So if you're a random YouTuber, if you're a random YouTube viewer, go ahead, like and subscribe. Like this channel, subscribe. We're a bunch of guys. We're wrestling fans. We like to play wrestling video games, and we put on a good show. We like to entertain random people out there. So please like and subscribe to this channel as we entertain y'all. So anyway, getting back to my league members. So league members, check this out. As your commissioner, I'm coming in with the tag team titles, and I want to do the NXT Developmental League. Now, comment right here, either text. You guys know we're in a group text. We're in a group text. So text right here. Text the group text to ask questions, or if you want to comment right here in the YouTube video to ask questions about the NXT Developmental League. You guys already know about the tag team division. So I'm gonna explain more details into that. I want to say that going back to the meetings, so we have league gatherings roughly every 3 months now. That's what we're trying to do, roughly every 3 months. Now, keep in mind, league members, listen up, league members. Keep in mind, you don't have to limit yourself just to the league gatherings. Let's say if you're busy a couple of times in those, like for example, Cliff is the co-commissioner, by the way. He's a Cliff. The Guru is a co-commissioner. He has work schedule stuff related, so there's a high chance he can't make this coming league gathering. He didn't make the last one, so that's an example. So you could schedule other one-on-one or whatever. You could schedule other little league matches with whoever in the league. League matches meaning a number one contender match or a title match. Pretty much a league match is either a number one contender match or a title match. You can schedule any of those type of matches outside of league gatherings. You don't have to wait for a league gathering to play a number one contender match or a title match. You could contact your boy or group text. You could jump in a group text and be like, yo, I want to schedule a private one-on-one with the champion. If you have a number one contender spot, let's say you have a number one contender spot, you jump in a group, or I want to become number one contender. You jump in a group text or text me privately. That's how it goes. So you could have other league matches in addition to the league gatherings if you want. It's up to you. If you're free, it's up to you. If you can't make the league gatherings, you could do that. So keep that in mind, fellas. Keep that in mind. If you have family or friends that like this league, and then it could be a woman, it could be a girl, a woman. It doesn't have to be only men. It could be if you have a woman friend or family that plays a wrestling game or whatever. Hey, doesn't matter. So there's that. So keep that in mind. We can have other league matches if you want outside of the every 3 months, the league gatherings every 3 months. So keep that in mind. So going into the tag team division. So let me go into details of the tag team division. So here it is. This is just an example. Let me do an example. So we plan to have tag team belts pretty soon. Trying to do it within the next couple of months, more or less, probably within the next few months. Anyway, so tag team goes as follows. Here's an example of how it would go. Let's say Eli and Mike are a tag team. So they'll have their wins and losses. Let's say they call themselves the Dodo Heads. Whatever. So Eli and Mike will be called the Dodo Heads. They'll have their wins and losses. I'll keep track of their wins and losses, of course, their title wins and their title defenses, of course, yada, yada, yada. So check this out, though. Just because Mike is on a tag team with Eli doesn't mean Eli cannot join another tag team with Tim. And it can happen simultaneously. It can happen at the same time. It can happen at different times. So let's say Tim and Eli start talking and they want to become a tag team. And let's say they're not teaming up that much, whatever, it doesn't matter. If Eli and Tim become a tag team, they have their own separate thing. I'll keep track of their own separate wins and losses, their title wins and title defenses, etc., etc. So keep in mind, just because you're a part of one tag team with a partner, whoever it is, doesn't mean at some point you could join another partner to create a separate tag team with separate records, and that's pretty much, keep that in mind. So there's that. So again, text me with any questions, or comment right here in the YouTube video with any questions if you have any. Check this out. Look at this. Cliff Computer. And again, this is an example. This is not real tag teams. This is just an example. It's just an example. So another example, you could be tag teaming with the computer. So let's say Cliff wants to tag team with the computer, then that would be a separate tag team. You could tag team with the computer. So let's say you don't trust nobody. Let's say you don't get along with whatever. It doesn't. I mean, hopefully we all get along, but we don't hate each other. You know what I'm saying? But let's say you just want to tag team with the computer. Well, for whatever reason, you'll have your own wins and losses. You'll call yourselves whatever the heck you call yourselves. Yada yada. But guess what? If you tag team with the computer, and if you happen to win the tag team titles, you go home with both belts. You go home with both belts on your shoulder or whatever. So that's the perk. If you want, you'll look better. I guess you'll look better if you tag team with a computer, and win the tag team titles. You actually physically you'll go home with both belts, physical belts. Anyway, so you'll get to whatever, taunt or talk trash, talk smack, holding both title belts, both tag team titles. All right, so any questions, comment below, comment here, or text in the group text. So that's the tag team division rundown. That's the rundown, the gist. That's the gist of the tag team division. Now here, check this out, fellas. I like this a lot. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you guys like this. I like this a lot. So the NXT Developmental League, I want to start this. This will be another, like a sub-brand. It's like a minor leagues. Of course, like in WWE, the NXT has been, Survivor Series just passed, so NXT actually beat Raw and SmackDown in the pay-per-view, but whatever, that's real WWE. We're here, this is WWE 2K League, so NXT is known to be a minor leagues of WWE, so the NXT Developmental League is our minor leagues. Check this out. So in our WWE 2K League, we know, because on our Facebook page, we have the rules and regulations on our Facebook page. Hopefully you guys can see that every once in a while, whenever you can. But we have an age limit. I think it's 17. I think it's 16 or 17. I think it's 17, whatever. If I'm gonna make it 17, if it's 16, whatever. So the age limit is 17. I'm double check the Facebook to make sure it says 17 instead of 16. So NXT, follow me here. Check this out. NXT Developmental League will be members in the league that are younger than 17 years old. So younger than 17 years old, we have family members, we have friends that are probably family members that are younger than 17 years old that play the wrestling game, right? Play the wrestling game. They're probably really good at it too. They could still join our league. They could join our league, but it'll be NXT League. It'll be the NXT Developmental League. So they'll have an NXT title belt. They'll have their own title belt. The NXT League title belt, whatever. They'll have their own title belt. They'll still check this out. They'll still be eligible to compete for the WWE 2K World Heavyweight title and WWE 2K Tag Team title. So even though they're in here in the NXT minor league or whatever, they'll still be eligible to compete for the main prize, for the #1 prize, which is a 2K World title. They'll still be eligible for that. And for the tag team, they'll still be eligible to try to compete for that, even though they're under 17 in the NXT league. So that's interesting. That makes things interesting. Now, potential members as follows. Potential members, Eli's nephew. We got Eli. Eli is one of the newer members. Eli has a nephew. I think Eli told me he's like 10 years old. I think he's 10 years old. He's a wrestling fan and he plays the wrestling game. And Eli's nephew's probably pretty good, probably really good, probably be busting Eli's behind every now and then. So there's that. There's NTG's son. So NTG's Nate the Great. He's our current champion. He's our current WWE 2K World Champion. He has a son. I think I forget what's his son's age, 10, 11. I'm not sure. He probably plays the game. He could be with NXT. Geeson. Now Geeson is on our regular league right now, but he's technically younger than 17. I think Geeson's 15 or 16. I think Geeson's 15, but I would put him in NXT because he's technically younger than 17. Geeson currently has a #1 contender spot. Right now, he's one of the few that has a #1 contender spot. So even though I would put him in NXT, he would still have that #1 contender spot for the WWE 2K World Heavyweight Title. So let's say if I start NXT League tomorrow, let's say I just started tomorrow, I'll put Geeson there and whoever else, whatever youngins, the young kids or whatever, I'll put him there, but then Geeson will still have his #1 contender spot for the WWE 2K World Title. So there you have it. So comment right here. Leave your questions and comments below, or league members, you can also text me. Text me with questions. Text in the group text, by the way. You have the group text. So there you have it. I'm excited for this. I think this is a really good idea, in my opinion. But guys, let me know what you think. This is the rundown, tag team divisions. So yeah, that's it. This has been your commissioner. And again, like and subscribe for the random people out there. We over here having a good time. We entertaining random YouTube viewers. So if you think what we're doing is fun and you like it, just give us a thumbs up, like it, subscribe, and yeah, and forward it to people, forward it to other video game fanatics and other wrestling fans. Yeah, do that please, and that'd be awesome. All right, peace.